And back to Yanni, who is in P8. 2 cars to hold back. 1 to go for. And in the meantime, Stewart goes side by side with James just behind them. You can see both fights happening at the same time. And Stewart overtakes James. And just ahead of them, they go side by side. Mattia gets a bit pushed off. They give just the bare minimum for each other, space-wise. And Stewart! Oh, not Stewart. Mattia! Mattia spins around and now drops down 3 places. Russo also drops a hit in the final corner there as well. So this car proves to be difficult for some to drive around. Martin Stark also not in the final corner, not in the final hairpin, so not in the final segment of the track, but it is the back straight, and it's not gonna help him whatsoever. Unfortunate situation. But James is still on the run for the final place in the top 10. Has a look on the inside. Can he make it stick? He bails out of it. Temporary. But now another car behind wants to get into the action as well. A little bit of a weaving going around, but that's all well and fair for the time being. Just don't overdo it and you won't end up in trouble. James gets a very good run out of that corner. And now can pull up side by side. Red car behind also tucks behind James. And tries to go for a 3-wide? Question mark? Oh, James makes a bit of a contact with Stewart up ahead. And both of them go a bit off there. And the red car, Lucan, read this situation very nicely, moves up to P10. Both Stewart and James go off a bit there. Stewart more so than James. Meantime, just ahead of those 4, we have these 5. The gaps are a bit wider here. Not so close as back at James. And speaking of James, he has trouble now. Another car tries to overtake him. This is for P12. Oh, he squeezed him a bit there on the entry, but now it's gonna be a harder test to keep the car behind, as the other car got a much better exit out of that. Smoke coming from the cars ahead of them, but they still stay ahead. Alright, let's go on board with Mattia. This seems to be the closest part on track gap-wise. He's also fighting for P8, but from the looks of it, this is gonna happen a bit closer than that. Alright, he bails out of it. Let's check that fight for P8. Alright, they're just approaching in the back straight here. In the meantime, Ovian dropped down, and Lopez! Federico Lopez makes a mistake in the final chicane. Same goes for Tim Jones. This is the downhill here. And Mark Messermaker makes a mistake in turn 1 once again. And oh, Stuart Gobbs is bunted off in the final corner. Only 1 minute left from the clock. And Stewart is furious. You can hear the honking. He's not happy about this whatsoever. He is not happy. James up to P11 now. Craig Gillett, 13 seconds down. The car behind him is a lap car, I'm sure, but he is in second place now. Andy currently P6, and Max Speed behind him, the closest one out of the 3 cars that he has to watch out for. Still, the closest fight seems to be back for P12. Andy goes defensive here, sticking to the right side, but then moves up to the left side when approaching the corner. Let's see if then 52, if I read it correctly, behind him can get a better line out of that chicane or not. Final lap, and Ovian makes a mistake once. I don't know if it's once again or not. It's way too hard to keep track of what. Oh, Pentinen. Pentinen makes a mistake, that's for sure. Just got the back end of it. Man was spinning around. So P9 is currently Lucas. P10 is Pentinen. Where are the leaders? Alright, look. A race without a single mistake from Luke here, as far as I can remember, and you can see he is happy about it. He comes across the line to win this race, and in the meantime there's a huge crash! 3 cars minimum involved into it, James Timothy being one, Stuart Gomez is the other, and OG Pines is the other one. And there's also a crash in the final chicane. 2 cars, this is for P7. Max Speed and Matteo Venturi being those 2 cars. The closest part of the race right now is these 2, but unfortunately OG just couldn't get the move done. He locked up the tires in the chicane. And that's how the race ends. Alright, let's check what happened around James in the final lap. So already 2 cars go off track there a bit. Stuart went to the right side. James is on the left. Car steps out a bit. Question mark, will this be a problem with him overcorrecting and closing the door? Yep. Question mark, kinda, somewhat. I only caught the back end of this situation. And once again, SRS being SRS, I wasn't even able to download James's skin in time. Wait! Hold on there. Hold on. Did I read that correctly? Was the other car behind able to go between them? So the 2 of them collide there. Let's see how this goes. So he sticks to the left side. Oh, Stuart! Oh man! If I don't have luck whatsoever, this man had all of the luck right here.